Harry is a special kind of stupid. Play stupid games and win stupid prizes. Prince Harry has just made a huge mistake and has free fallen into an abyss of disaster. Like Uncle Andy, could history be repeating itself with yet another entitled and delusional spare? And will he become the man formerly known as Prince Harry? In his latest stunt, Prince Harry showed up on late night TV and caused huge embarrassment for the royal family and ultimately started a war that he may not win. In today's video, we're going to discuss Prince Harry's rent-a-gig, monetizing his titles, and the free falling from grace that ultimately could cost him everything. You guys, we have a lot of juicy royal daily tea to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the royal daily tea. Hey guys, it's that time of year again where we need to start thinking about our Christmas list and what the heck we're going to get everybody on our list, where we can go shopping and get the most options as well as the best deals in town. Well, don't worry because I have a solution for you. Now, I'm really happy to announce my brand new partnership with Shop LC. They have been delivering joy for over 40 years on the online shopping. They are one of the most trusted resources in the industry. Check out the Shop LC website for amazing savings. They are offering huge amounts of sales on jewelry, beauty, and fashion. You can truly find everything for everyone on your list, and you can save huge amounts of money right now. It's the best time of year to shop. They are offering free shipping on all orders where you spend $50 or more. It truly is a one-stop shop for your holiday shopping, but I have even bigger savings for you. When you go and click on the link in my description and enter code SAVE26 at checkout, you will get an additional 26% savings. So you can save huge amounts on your Christmas shopping by using code SAVE26. Make sure you click on my link in the description so you can take advantage of these enormous savings for your holiday shopping. So things are just getting weird. I mean, strange and weird. Now, in my personal opinion, I think this is a sign of the future because things are not going well for the Sussexes of Montecito. Now, this is not anything new that Harry has done, but it's leaving kind of a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and it's becoming very, very suspicious. And under the current climate of wayward royals losing titles and being messed up in underhand dealings, this is not a good aesthetic for Prince Harry, and let me tell you why. So Prince Harry got this really weird speaking gig where he was speaking to a group of quote unquote realtors. Okay, so right there, that's weird, right? It's like me speaking to a bunch of stockbrokers about investing and I don't have more than $10 in stock. It makes zero sense. So Harry flies over to Toronto to hang out at the Hilton because we're real highbrow, y'all, where he gives a TED Talk, a little speech to a group of, quote, realtors. And we're going to get into that in a moment. So even People magazine is calling it, Prince Harry travels to Toronto for under the radar appearance. Now this event had a complete media blackout. No cameras, no press, no phones, no photos. Why? Why is a conference for realtors a media blackout? And second, why is Prince Harry a guest speaker? What pearls of wisdom is he going to embark on a group of quote unquote realtors. The whole thing is really, really bizarre. Now, the thing I can tell you about the event, one, he was paid up to six figures, although they won't tell us exactly what he was paid, nor who paid the tab. I guess it was the Realtor Association who paid it. Two, he only spoke for 20 minutes. He was the last speaker at this hour-and-a-half event. I think on the last day, he spoke for 20 minutes. And thirdly, he was a royal knob. According to inside sources, he wasn't very friendly, and he would not pose for any photographs with anybody. Fourth, the tickets were $500 a seat, and it did not sell out. This man could not even sell out the whole room in a Hilton for this really weird realtor convention. So we're going to go into a little bit of what was going on at this convention, and I believe there were some nefarious things going on, and this is why the optics do not look great for Prince Harry. Now, according to People magazine, this was Harry's third trip to Canada, and he appeared at the OREA, or the OREA Powerhouse Conference in Toronto, Canada. Now, this is for the Ontario Real Estate Association, and they tout themselves as, quote, Canada's best political affairs conference. What? What does real estate have to do with political affairs? So now I'm really curious, because we all know that Harry likes to meddle in politics, which he's not supposed to do. So why would this event be called Canada's Best Political Affairs Conference, hosted by the Board of Realtors? I'm so confused. Now, the interesting thing is the other people who were appearing at this event. So the website described the event as, quote, one of Canada's best political affairs conferences. During Powerhouse, attendees will hear from an exciting lineup of speakers and panelists, including leaders from Ontario's major political parties. What? Attendees will also have the opportunity to network with over 450 like-minded, politically motivated realtors. I didn't know realtors were politically motivated. I thought they were money motivated, but okay, from across the province. Now it lists other people who were on the schedule. They were Merritt Stiles, leader of the New Democratic Party of Ontario, Mike Schreiner, MPP, Gulf, and leader of the Green Party of Ontario, and honorary Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, and more. Now, this seems like a political party, not a group of realtors. This is a little bizarre to have real estate and politics. Like, I've never heard those two subjects go together. That's a little bizarre to me. So this whole event had a media blackout. No photographs, no videos were allowed. But according to some insiders, I believe that they did videotape the event. However, I don't know where it's going to be released. And according to that insider, again, Harry was not a happy camper when he found out that the event was going to be recorded. So because there was a media blackout, there wasn't a lot of information released on what Prince Harry said. No pictures have been released, but Dan Wooten was able to get some snippets of what Harry talked about. So I'm going to share with you a couple of the tidbits, the pearls of wisdom that Prince Harry shared with these politically motivated realtors. So it said the Powerhouse attendees were treated to roughly 20 minutes of Prince Harry's musings. Wow. Replying to that question regarding advice for a profession in crisis, the prince continued, quote, I come from a unique standpoint, a unique upbringing, a life of service, and I will always be a part of what I was born into. Oh my God, really? So does getting paid to speak for 20 minutes, six figures? What part of service is that? Are you donating your salary to charity? What charity are we highlighting, Harry, besides your pocketbook? I think his wife, is she charity case? I don't know. I made the conscious decision to put my wife and my family first, while also very much wanting to continue that service. What service? You service yourself. You and your wife do everything for profit. You line your pockets. Everything's about making the next multi-million-dollar deal. Again, life of service. You left a life of service for a life of Netflix and Spotify deals, son. You're servicing yourself. Harry and Meghan are self-served individuals, and then maybe charity to look good for a tax break. But let's be honest, they're not humanitarians. Even though they pick up 100 million humanitarian awards a year, they're not humanitarians. It's a tax break. They use it for taxes. The whole thing is a tax shell. In my opinion, they don't give hardly any money or donations through the money they collect through Archwell. Okay, there's missing millions. I don't think that mystery's ever been solved. Now here's some more of Harry's wisdom. Asked what makes a good leader, the prince left the crowd guessing. We know what it's not, right? We have a very good demonstration of exactly what it isn't. Now some people think he was taking a dig at President Trump, or maybe the leaders of Canada, who knows? But again, that seems a little politically motivated, and he's at a political event, just saying. And the best advice he's ever had, Harry shared, was advice he'd given himself. Of course it is. The best advice Harry's ever had is from himself, because he's such a freaking genius. He said, put your own mask on before helping others. I believe they say that on an airline when you're about to crash, or the air is getting thin and those little things come down, and they always tell the adults, put the air on yourself first before you put it on a child. Did he literally get that advice from like an airline safety? Put the mask on before helping others. Oh my God. What is he referring to? I ran myself into the ground. Oh, I'm sure you did, Harry. Oh my God, it was just so hard for you to work, not to play video games for 8 hours a day and smoke a wacky tobacco. Yes, I know it was very, very challenging for you to get up and have to go to work. Yes, I know, very challenging indeed. I burned out just wanting to be there for everybody. Who? Who were you there for, Harry? Because you ditched your entire family. You don't talk to Meghan's family. You don't have any friends. Who the hell is coming to you for help? Who's coming to you for help, son? Please name them. But you're no use unless you're physically and mentally fit. Have you seen Harry lately? Okay. Coaching and therapy, he noted, were particularly helpful. 99% of us walk around with some form of unresolved grief, trauma, or loss. We all know Harry has arrested development and he hasn't progressed since the age of 12. Unfortunately, that is a true statement for little Prince Harry. He needs therapy and he needs a lot more of it. That is 100% for sure. Now, there was another segment where he did bring up his mother, talking about his mother's circumstance, which again has nothing to do with why he's even there and what advice he's giving people. So you can see it's a bunch of gobbledygook. It is a complete nothing burger. And he picked up a cool 6 figures for this pearls of wisdom. Now, the people of Canada, they weren't impressed. They were not impressed with Prince Harry. So go ahead and listen to part of a news clip here.
Prince Harry back in Canada this morning, just a few weeks after his last visit here. Our royal expert, Patricia Chappell, joins us with all the details. So, Patricia, Harry is here to address a real estate conference. What more can you tell us about this appearance?
Yeah, so this is the Ontario Real Estate Association conference. It's $500 a pop for tickets. They are still available if either of you want to pop down and hear him speak at the end of it. And a source said it's clearly a paid gig. Look, they won't confirm it, but a source in the industry says this sort of thing is likely 6 figures plus expenses is what Harry is getting. And I'm going to say I'm not crazy about the optics of this because of him being a rent-a-prince. It just feels a little bit like he's taking advantage of his title because, of course, that's what they're talking about is Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex at this thing. And given the king has been taking away titles for people who've been mixing, royal titles with money, it feels a little dangerous for him.
So there you go. Even they are saying the same thing that we're all thinking. He didn't impress anyone in Canada, and I think this really is starting to damage his credibility and his reputation moving forward. So after Harry does his very strange undercover Rent-A-Prince gig over there at the Toronto Hilton, instead of heading home to his wife and his children, he schlumps it over to New York City, where he makes a very surprising shock appearance on the Stephen Colbert show. Now, Harry has been there a few times. He's always made a buffoon of himself, but I have to say, this one really took the cake. And when we're talking about playing with matches, boy, he really is playing with matches. So Harry decides that this is a great time on December 3rd to go over there and make an ass out of himself. Now again, Meghan, his wife, just dropped her holiday special on December 3rd. Why would you pick the same day to make a guest appearance on a TV show? There was absolutely no reason for him to show up on December 3rd. He could have done this the next day, even next week. But for whatever reason, they decided December 3rd was the day. Now we know the royal family has the huge German state visit, and I'm going to cover that in another video. So I'm going to play for you a TikTok that Harry did with Stephen Colbert, where they did a little bit of a lip sync to Alison Hammond. Go ahead and watch it here.
So if you was treated like a king for the day, what would you want me to do for you?
Beg for me, probably.
You'd want me to do what? Beg?
Beg. Beg.
Beg?
B-A-K. Beg. Bake.
Oh, bake!
Now that whole thing about if I could be a king for a day, was that a dig at his father? I mean, his father is actually the king of the UK. Again, Harry, he probably thinks it's funny. It's not funny. You're mocking the royal family while they're doing real work. Again, having the state visit. But this man has no respect for the monarchy, for royalty, for people who actually live a life of service, mocking his father on national television. But it gets even worse. So after Prince Harry does that cringy lip syncing for TikTok, they decide to double down with a really odd skit where Harry is pretending to audition to be in a Hallmark movie playing a royal prince. Because again, he says, Americans, y'all are addicted to royalty, you're addicted to Christmas movies, and you're addicted to royal Christmas movies. So he decided he wants to take his shot at being an actor in Hallmark movies. Go ahead and watch part of the clip here.
What are you doing here?
I genuinely thought this was the audition for the Gingerbread Princess Christmas in Nebraska.
What? No, I mean, that sounds like a fantastic movie, but you're an actual prince. Why would you want to be in one of those movies?
Well, you Americans are obsessed with Christmas movies, and you're clearly obsessed with royalty, so why not?
Hold on. Look, I wouldn't say we're obsessed with royalty.
Really? I heard you elected a king.
That's a fair point. No, he's got a point.
And after making such a big deal about my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather George III.
Well, he was kind of a jerk.
Okay, let it go. Okay, so listen. So what's a real prince got to do to get into a Hallmark movie these days? Like,
What can you do?
I've got skills. I can ride a horse.
Okay.
I can fly a helicopter.
Okay.
I can ride a horse in a helicopter.
I'd like to see that, but look here, this is about show business. It's all about who you know. I mean, do you have a personal connection to any famous TV actresses?
I might know one.
Okay.
But listen, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. I'll record a self-tape. I'll fly myself to an audition. Settle a baseless lawsuit with the White House. All the things you people on TV do.
Hey. things.
Maybe that's why you're cancelled.
So here you can see that Prince Harry takes a major dig at President Trump. Now, I don't care where you stand, political leaning, left or right. This is not a political channel. But the point is that Prince Harry is a royal prince. He walks around telling everyone, call me Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, your Royal Highness. They expect the royal treatment. They're trying to get IPPS status all over the world, where taxpayers can constantly pay for them to have the highest level of police protection because he feels he is uber important. He is fifth in line to the throne. His wife has everyone call her Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. The woman gets announced in rooms where there's only one other person. These two people are very, very entitled, and they really like the pomp and the circumstance and the status of being royals, although they don't represent anybody but themselves. These are two people who give their children a prince and princess title while living in Montecito and have never even met the king, have nothing to do with their entire family nor British culture, but yet want to be a prince and a princess. These are two people who are clinging to titles much like Uncle Andy and Aunt Fergie. And look what happened to them. They got greedy. They got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, monetizing their titles, abusing their privilege and their position. And now we have him mocking the sitting president. Again, I don't care where you stand politically. That is a no-no from a royal prince. He is the son of the sitting king. He is the brother of the future king of England. Now, if you remember, Trump just went over a couple of months ago and had a lovely state visit with the royal family. This is not a good look. This has got to be a major embarrassment for the royal family that his wayward son is on TV making an ass of himself, right? Acted like, oh, I want to be a prince in a Hallmark movie. And then he mocks the president because we all know Trump and Harry and Meghan. There's no love lost there. And when Trump went for his state visit, he praised Catherine and William and literally omitted Harry. We all saw it. But at the end of the day, he's trying to be respected. He's trying to get respect. He wants to be seen as someone important on the worldwide stage. He wonders why world leaders don't meet with him, but they meet with other members of the royal family. Yet he goes to these run-a-prince gigs and speaks to a bunch of politically charged realtors. And then he's over here on late night TV doing a skit like a D-list actor. It's like you can't be a prince and a humanitarian and then do these stupid things. And again, everything that Harry and Meghan do is for profit. He talks about an act and a life of service. That's what working royals do. And that is the job that you and your wife left 5 years ago so you can go make Netflix. Okay? You're not fooling anyone with your, quote, humanitarian and life of service. That was your grandmother, hun. It's not you. It's your brother. It's your father. It's not you. So in my personal opinion, this was not a good look, and this is going to be the beginning of the end. I do believe that Prince Harry handed all of us, including Prince William, a very early Christmas gift. Because if anything is going to help Prince William win his case, stating that Harry and his family, his children included, all need to be stripped of their royal titles, because we can't have rogue, wayward royals who are not serving the monarchy have titles, because they're going to monetize them and they're going to tarnish the royal family. This was a perfect example of why it needs to be done. So we just did Uncle Andy, and Harry is not helping himself. He's not helping himself with these acts. And so in my opinion, this was the final nail in the coffin. I'm sure people in Parliament will have no problem signing a couple of letters of patent and putting it through to have Harry, Meghan, and their children completely stripped of all of their royal titles. Again, Andrew has been such a freaking disaster They do not want history to constantly repeat itself. I hope he likes the name Harry Mountbatten Windsor, because that's going to be his new name moving forward. And I hope Meghan Markle kept the receipt on her monogrammed luggage, because as I mentioned before, I think she might be returning it very, very soon. But what do y'all think about this, about Harry and his really weird undercover media blackout, politically realtor charged event where he's a rent-a-prince getting paid six figures, and then he goes and mocks his father and mocks the sitting president on national television? Do you believe he's just a special kind of stupid, or do you really think he thinks he's untouchable? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.